President Donald Trump on Wednesday launched a U.S. trade war with every country via a barrage of tariffs that are set to go into effect almost immediately. American consumers and businesses stand to pay a hefty price for that battle. For the first time since Trump's return to the Oval Office, it's not a question of what could get more expensive due to tariffs, but rather a matter of when. And the short answer to what could get expensive is, well, everything. At the very top of that list is China. Come April 9th, the U.S. will impose a 54% tariff on nearly everything coming from China, and rates go even higher to 79% if Trump follows through with his promise to slap an additional 25% tariff on any nation that buys oil from Venezuela, which China has done. And then starting on May 6th, the 54% tariff rate will also be applied to packages worth less than $800 coming to the U.S. from China and Hong Kong. Think Shein, Temu, and AliExpress. In total, the average American household will pay $2,100 more per year for goods because of the tariffs, the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation estimated. The worst offenders. The United States imported $439 billion worth of goods from China last year, the second top source of imports behind Mexico. Among the other worst offenders that the U.S. relies heavily on for imported goods are Vietnam, which will face an across-the-board 46% tariff, and Taiwan, which will be subjected to a 32% tariff rate. Vietnam was the sixth top source of goods the U.S. imported last year, and Taiwan was the eighth, according to U.S. Census Bureau data. Since tariffs are a tax on imported goods, it's American businesses that will have to foot the bill initially when goods from these countries reach the U.S. But it's not always the case that businesses fully pass along the additional costs they're responsible for. In some cases, they may have contracts set in advance with wholesale customers requiring them to sell to them at a given price, or they may opt to keep prices lower relative to the additional costs they face in order to keep customers. Having said that, here's what has the potential to get most expensive from the new round of tariffs: laptops and tablets. China, Vietnam, and Taiwan were the top three foreign suppliers of laptops and tablets to the U.S. last year, shipping a total of $47.2 billion worth, according to federal trade data. Almost all consumer electronics, including smartphones and computer monitors, are likely to see price increases. Since the U.S. relies heavily on Taiwan for semiconductors, U.S. consumers are likely to see a price hike on laptops, cars, household appliances, medical devices, Wi-Fi routers, and LED light bulbs. And these products often don't just require one or two chips. New cars contain thousands of them. Trump floated a separate 25% semiconductor tariff, but a fact sheet the White House put out on Wednesday said such tariffs won't come on top of the reciprocal tariffs that were announced. Subscribe for more.